This presentation is going to take you through how simple it is to use the Herbalife online order system. So to do this, initially you need to log on to myherbalife.com and it's going to request your distributor ID. You'll find this on the top of the form you used when you joined the company, so it will have been in your international business pack. What you won't have to start with is your PIN code. So the first time, click here, fill in your details, request a PIN, and normally within 24 hours you'll receive a PIN through. Come back to the site, log in, and that will take you to the next stage. On this side, basically we're going to look at, make sure it's your details that's on here. It gives you a running volume of what you've achieved throughout the month, and then if it's a UK order, then we just select United Kingdom and click on here. The page will then refresh. Once it's refreshed, we then go down to order products. On the order products you'll have a drop down menu. I'd like you to select the product catalogue, so then you've got the pictures coming up of all the different products and you can use that to order. When this page opens, the first products that you will have will be the core products. So from the core products we have selected the Formula 2 multivitamin. So as this comes up, it will tell you what the SKU number is, the individual Herbalife ID number, and then you just type in the quantity that you require, click add to cart, and it will show up in your cart. As you can see on here, we've already got a can of Formula 1 in there and the Formula 2. You then select anything you want from the side here. So if you're after something like Healthy Heart, you click on that, you'll find the Nightworks in there, and again select what you want, add them to the cart. Once you've finished with everything that you want, it's in the cart that you want, you're then going to click on checkout. The next thing it's going to ask for is the address of where you would like the shipment to go to. Initially there's probably no addresses in there, so if you want the order to come to you, type in your address, save it, and then you'll be able to select it from a drop down menu the next time you come in. The other option you have here is that if you're sending a bulky program which is quite heavy, rather than you shipping it from home with a post office that can be quite expensive, you can have it shipped out from Herbalife direct to your customer. Now everything from Herbalife is a minimum charge of £5 because we use a courier and it's shipped from Holland, so if you order one product you're paying £5 for it, so always try and order things together. But if you have a program going out to a customer, this is a good way of sending it because it's fairly cheap to do so. So as you build your customer base, they will show up in here and you'll be able to select their name from a drop down menu and then click continue. The next page that comes up is going to be a refresh of the stuff that you've ordered. So in this order it's a Formula 1, 2, protein powder, herbal complex and the instant beverage. A nice program going out to a customer. Now the thing to do here is, this is the part I want you to concentrate on, the Today magazine. Now the Today magazine is full of tips, advice, success stories on the product, success stories in the business, and it paints Herbalife in a lot bigger picture than most people appreciate. So it's something that you can send out to your customer. So if your order is going to your customer, select one, add. If it's coming to you, you can have up to 3 magazines come to you, and they're great for leaving around the house, showing to people, showing to potential clients. There are value of information on there, so select 3 if it's coming to you, 1 if it's going to your customer. The next thing you need to look at is that if the program is going to your customer direct, you do not want the invoice in there. So if you're shipping to your customer, make sure you ask to ship invoice to distributor, so that will come back to you. If the order's coming to you anyway, then you can leave ship the invoice in the package. Quite important not to forget this one. The next stage it's going to ask for is basically the payment process. Now initially you're going to have to click on add new credit card, put your credit card details in. Obviously these are all secure servers and it's all safe, so that your details are on there, and then just select the payment card you want to use, put in the CVV number, check the amount, click submit. If you get this screen, congratulations, you've just placed your order. An order number will appear here to say that it's been a successful transaction. The next stage is where people get a bit, we'll talk about it in a second. This is something I want to point out because many times when people are going through this, they place their order and they get a bit confused and a bit alarmed really, because what they see is, here's the retail price, so they think that's what customers are paying, and then they see the grand total that they are paying, and then think, well, wait a minute, that's nowhere near 50%. I've been lied to, it's a con, I've found the catch. It's not the case. Herbalife's retail site, when they put this on there, the retail price that's on there does not include the shipping, packaging and handling and VAT. So that's why the discrepancy. The actual retail price for the program that we have here is £102.55. That's what a customer's going to pay, and we're paying £61.46 to get that order to them. So our profit is the difference. So that's how you work it out. The next slide is going to go through and show you what the retail price looks like and how you can work this out for yourself. So just so you know, don't be concerned when the retail price seems very close to your actual price that you're paying. This is the price list that you should have. If you don't have this, don't worry, the next slide is going to show you where to go and get one so you can always be updated with the price list. So let's move through it. The stock number, this is the SKU number, so each individual product has its own number, so when ordering it makes it a lot simple. The next thing is a description of all the different products, what they are, flavours. Volume points. Here's an interesting one. Because we're an international company, we deal in volume points. It's the only way that we can track it so that everybody's business is the same in all the different countries. Plus, if you build an international organisation, the last thing you want is 76 different currencies coming into your business. So the way that it does is volume points. Each is allocated from a product, so a can of Formula 1 equates to 23.95 volume points. The retail price of that, this is what your customers are going to pay, is £27.60. There's no VAT as this is classed as food, but it is even on the healthy meal bars we still pay VAT, so you can see that there. The next four columns are going to show you the different discount levels and what you pay at those levels for each individual product. So at 25%, a can of Formula 1 is going to cost you £21.37. The difference between the two prices, that's your profit. Once you get to 500 volume points at 35%, or you can actually place an order of 500 volume points in one go and you get the whole order at 35%, so instantly you're going to make an extra 10% on your order and everything that you sell from then on in. The next stage is 42%. Now you can do 1,000 volume points in one order, you get that order at 42%, and then you can accumulate by the end of that month. If you get to 2,500, you're now going to be a qualified producer and you will stay at 42% until you achieve supervisor. If you don't, you go back down to the 35 until you accumulate 2,500 over 3 months. Supervisor is where it's at. This is where you're making the maximum amount of discount you can, and i.e. profit on every sale that you make. So you can either do 4,000 volume points in 1 month, you get the order at 42%, and then everything from then on afterwards is at 50%. You can do 2,500 volume points over 2 consecutive months, or you can accumulate 5,000 volume points just ongoing throughout the year. Look at the difference in price. As a distributor, a can of Formula 1 is £21.37. For us it's £15.13. So this is where you make the most amount of money you can from selling the product. Obviously the place to be. So let's have a look at where you get this information from. You need to log on to herbalifecentral.com. Again, it's going to request your Herbalife ID and PIN number. Log in. Once you've logged in, select the UK from the menu. You're then going to get a number of options. Click on Online Documents. The next thing is Price Lists, and once you do that, you're going to get these options. The first one is Product Price List. That's the price list you just saw on the previous page. It's going to list all the inner and outer nutrition products. The next one is Literature and Promotions. This is going to be tape measures, tablet boxes, receipt forms, catalogues, all of the kind of things that are going to be Herbalife branded and help you build your business but are not product. And the last one is a customer order form. The customer order form you can add your telephone number to, print it off, and then the clients can basically go along, tick off what they're going to have, put their details on it, and then present it to you for ordering. It's perfect if you're doing shake parties or wellness evaluations, so that's the order form. So there's where you get the information from. That's how to order online. I hope that's made sense. Any problems at any time with any of this, do give your sponsors a call. They have a vested interest in you doing well and want to help you build your business.